Hello everyone, welcome back. Today's project is going to be replacing the power steering pump on my 1971 C3 Corvette. And as you can see, it's kind of hidden down here below the alternator. This is the drive pulley for it, and that's a pump itself. I think there's 2 or 3 bracket bolts I'll need to take off, and then on the back side there was a couple of hoses coming out of the power steering pump. The one, I think it's a high pressure side and a return line. So, okay, the reason I'm changing my power steering pump, it's making a whining sound, and I didn't really want to do this because I don't want the engine hot while I'm trying to take that pump off, but I'm going to go ahead and start the car up, let it warm up for a second, and then I'm going to show you the noise it's making. I'm hoping you'll hear it in the camera, but so hold on a second. Let me get the car warmed up, and we'll go from there. Okay, I'm going to turn the steering wheel and see if you can hear it. I don't know how well this is going to come out on the camera. You hear that noise? Kind of a whining sound. When I take pressure off, it stops. It's really bad going to the right. Yesterday I was doing it both directions. Hear that? That's not normal. So that's why I'm changing the power steering pump. So let me... Okay, so we're underneath the car now. I've got the car jacked up, and you can see I got jack stands under both sides and the front. I always leave the jack under too, just for an added little safety precaution. Okay, something would slip. So I always want to use proper safety whenever working on a car. Okay, so we have here now, that is the back of the power steering pump. At the bottom you can see a connecting or a bracket bolt that holds it to the bottom of the bracket, that nut there. And just to the left of that you can see a hard line going into the bottom of the pump with a metal fitting screwed in. That's the high pressure line. And then right above that is the low pressure line. As you can see, it's just held with a hose clamp because it's just returning. There's no pressure on it. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to take those hoses off, hopefully not make too much of a mess. And then I think I can reach that bolt, and then you can see right up there, see the nut on a stud. I might be able to reach both those from down here and take the fasteners out, and then all I have to do is just slip it out from the top. I don't think I can pull it out from the bottom. I'm hoping I can get it from the top. We'll see. So anyway, let me get the camera reset and we'll get the bolts and the hoses off. I'm going to take the low pressure hose off first because it's on the top, and hopefully not too much oil will leak out of that. I've got a little stubby screwdriver. I'm loosening the hose clamp. It's kind of tight quarters up there. The motor's a little warm from starting up, so I could let you guys hear the pump growl. And it really wasn't that loud. I probably could have drove it a little longer, but you know, with these cars, I don't want to be 30 miles from home and have it quit working on me. And now I got a car sitting along the side of the highway that I don't want anybody to mess with. And I figure better be safe than sorry. Go ahead and change it now, since I know eventually it's going to go bad, and it'll always go bad at the very most inconvenient time it can. So okay, I'm going to put a catch pan underneath this hose before I pull it off because I'm not sure how much is going to come out of it. Okay, I got the low pressure hose off. I'm backing the screw off for the high pressure hose now. You can see oil dripping out. Kind of dirty too. Not good. Oh. Okay. Guess I have the 2 hoses disconnected. Okay, I've got the pump out here on the bench. I've got to take this bracket off. I'm sure the new pump doesn't come with that. And I also have to take the pulley off, I'm pretty sure. Most of these power steering pump pulleys are just pressed on. This one actually has a nut holding it on there, and I don't know if it goes up on a taper or if it's still just pressed on. I've never had one before with a nut on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try out my handy dandy. This is a 1/2-inch drive electric impact gun from Eastwood, and I actually got this free. I had a coupon or something. I bought something and I got it free. I can't remember now what it was. You spent so much money, you got it free, I think. So we're gonna see if it'll take it off. And it took it off. Look at that. Oop. I'm impressed. It actually has quite a bit of power. I've never used electric impact before, but it took the nut off, just had a thin nut. So now we got to figure out what holds that on. I've got this little puller set I bought years ago. It's for pulling pulleys off like this. It's got two halves. It's got grooves in it. And that goes down like that onto that collar. And then I'm not sure which, I guess I'll have to use this one here, I think. I don't know if I'm able to use it with that stud sticking up. Okay, looks like it's got a keyway in it. That's kind of weird. They normally don't have that. It's because it's just an old pump. I just hope this pulley will work on the new pump. So anyway, let me get a puller ready and I'll pull that off. Well, I was looking all over for a puller to put on this, and I came back over and went like this, and it comes right off. And it does have a keyway in there. That's kind of weird. I've never seen one like that before. Usually it's just a press fit on there. So I'm a little curious about what the new pump will look like. I hope that'll work on it. And by the way, if you're interested in this impact gun, there's the item number. It's 31799, electric impact gun from Eastwood. I don't remember what it listed for. Like I said, I got it free, which really amazed me because it seems to be a pretty nice tool. It took that nut right off. So anyway, I'll be back with you as soon as I get the pump picked up. Okay, I just got back from picking up the power steering pump, and I thought I took everything off that I needed to take off. When I got there, I discovered that I need to take these studs off. So anyway, this is the new pump. That's the part number. I got it at O'Reilly's. It was like $65, I think it was. And then I have a $9 core charge because I couldn't leave my core there because I didn't have any tools with me, and the few tools they had there wouldn't fit. And I tried a crescent wrench they had, and those are so tight, I might have to use that impact wrench again. So anyway, this is what the new pump looks like. So basically, it's just like the old one. I got to put that Woodruff key back in here. Pulley will slide over this. I'll put that nut back on. And there was a little shield here. I don't really know what that does, but a little sheet metal shield. I'm gonna put that back on. And of course, I have these two holes here. They're one of the bolts go into it for the bottom brace. So this is what it has on the back. It just got bolts in here. So I've got to pull both of those out and replace them with the bolts out of here. So let me get the impact set up and we'll get that switched out. And the other thing I wasn't sure about was the filler cap, and it does not come with it. So I'm hoping that'll fit on there. I'm assuming it will. My neck on the reservoir, you can see on my old one, looks a little bit different than the new one. That won't make any difference. There's plenty of clearance for all that, but I just gotta make sure my cap fits that, which I'm thinking it will. I think they're all pretty much universal. Okay, I have my my 2 studs cleaned up, so I'm going to put them back in the new pump as opposed to putting them back in the old pump. Started, it felt a little tight, but it's going in okay. Okay, we're getting too much further. I want to make sure that cap, I had to get it all put back in the car and found out I got to run back and buy a new cap. Like a new one. Okay. This bracket goes on such. Excuse me. Why am I on such arm with my throat today? This is what's called a Woodruff key. It's kind of a half moon shaped key, and they come in and the keyways are actually cut curved into the shaft. I need to put this piece back on first. This goes on right like that. I don't know exactly what it's on there for. It looks just like some kind of a shield. Let me go clean that up. Okay, got everything tightened up down here. Got the lines tightened up. I got all the bolts tightened up. Okay, so I'm going to add some power steering fluid here if I can keep from making a mess. They don't make it easy to get to that pump to put fluid in it. And I'm going to have to start the car up and cycle the wheel back and forth, turn it all the way to the right, all the way left a couple times, and keep adding, because it's going to purge the air out of the system from being drained down like I did to take the old pump off. Okay, I think I've got it just a little fuller than it needs to be for be full of cold. So I'm going to have to move the camera. I'm going to start the car up and let it run back and forth a little bit, or let it run and crank the wheel back and forth a little bit, and then I'll add to it until I top it off to the... Okay, so I got the pump in. I've got it warming up, the engine warming up. I already cranked it back and forth several times. I had to add maybe another, I don't know, inch to the reservoir to fill it up to where it needs to be full when it's cool. So, and as I crank it, I don't even all the way to the right when it, sometimes it'll whine even you got a good pump, it's not whining at all. So I think that took care of my problem. Go all the way to the left, same way, doesn't whine at all. So my goal is to run this factory steering, power steering unit until it starts going bad, till either the power valve or the cylinder itself starts leaking. At that point, I'm probably going to update to a Borgeson steering system. It's more like the modern cars. It has the just a normal steering box, the bolts to the frame, and then the power steering pump the lines run directly into it. So you don't have all that extra cylinder and that power valve and stuff, because that's really a weak point in these cars. They all leak. You can put brand new ones on in no time at all. They're leaking. They might even be leaking as soon as you put them on. It's just a very poor design. So my goal is to upgrade to the Borgeson. It'll eliminate all that leaking and everything, and they're a really nice steering system. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like and subscribe, share them with your friends, and like I always say, have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.